What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James on the road all week in various locations. We're going to play Where in the World is Big Game James? Right now, I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. We live? I thought I heard Miles say something. Make sure. Yeah, right now we're in Charleston. Right now we're in Charleston, South Carolina. Got a lacrosse trip. Anybody who's followed me for the years knows lacrosse is one of my favorite sports. What's up, Charles Walker? We're out here, banged up year with Bowls lacrosse, but we're still going to try to do our thing. Come back late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. Literally catch a flight 5 p.m. Thursday. I'm going to go sit in my barber chair. And then we're going to go catch a trip to San Antonio, where we're going to get a chance to, cover my first ever Final Four. So I'll be able to see both of those teams. So any questions you have, Jaden, I'm on a quest this week. It's a redemption tour of sorts. You know who I'm going to get a chance to see? Because I didn't realize who his son played for. But his son plays for Houston. And the last time I saw this guy, he showed you hella love and walked right by me as I put my fist out to give him bumps in the city of New Orleans. So yeah. I fully intend on confronting Master P. Not confronting, I'm just joking. I want to see Master P. I want to chop it up with him and just get a quick couple sound bites. And I think I'm not 1,000% sure because it was unclear in the messages, but I'm about to see if we can get some collabs in this piece. But let me check on my guy, see if he's gonna answer his phone. You know, he Hollywood right now. He covered the Elite Eight in Atlanta, so he got he's been all over the world. So I don't know if he'll even answer my phone calls.
Yep.
Hey man, what's going on? I got you on speakerphone while we're on the show right now. I got my guy SB Productions here, Steve, one of the 100 shooters that we're going to eventually have for their media group. Like the song 100 Shooters Sitting Outside. Steve, did you say you're going to San Antonio?
That's what it looks like, sir.
All right, so we may have some interesting info. Are you going with the Lames? I will not say their names. I'm just asking, are you going with the Lames?
Yes, sir. They're the ones who provided me that credential. So unless you have a different alternate option for me.
I don't. I mean, listen, you got to get it in how you get it in, but like just it is what it is. It's all good, man. Hey, sometimes we gotta get in how we fit in. But that interview was weird at best. Like just like we got to get him better. Like he can't just oil him. Like you got to either the sauce. Like what. It reminds like my 6-year-old. I want to say 7, but he's not 7 because he said 7. My 6-year-old.
Glazing. You ask him, he'll say glazing, right? That's the word they like to use.
Well, his son, Jaden's crazy. Jaden literally Jaden knows exactly who I'm talking about too. My 7-year-old says, I was like, son, why don't you? He doesn't eat sauce. He doesn't like sauce. No sauce. Don't put sauce on none of his chicken. Don't give him no ketchup. Don't give him no mustard. Don't give him no barbecue sauce. Don't give him nothing. And I said, son, why don't you eat sauce? He says, because I'm saucy enough. And I said, there it is. At 6 years old, he understands that, the sauce is either in you or it's not. And just,
It's not in your own.
Yes, either. Shit, man, that motherfucker wanted that sauce on him. Like that gets scary. But anyways, though, so cool. All right, I just wanted to confirm. All right, so if nothing else, we will see you down there. We got shenanigans that we're going to shenanan. By the way, I want to say this. I'm mad because I was in Fort Lauderdale last Tuesday, and I had to go get oysters, charbroiled oysters. They weren't the same, but like I am now a fan of charbroiled oysters. I'm mad that when I went to New Orleans last time, I didn't get any, so I was a little upset at myself. But like, I don't know if San Antonio has a good place, but we got to find somewhere. We got to find somewhere to eat good. So that's all I'm saying. But anyway, bro,
tortas is what the word you look.
Man, I don't want to eat no tortas. I don't want no tortas. Like I want unless they're cute in the face. But tortas for Spanish like typically are big and flat. I don't want no French toast or pancakes.
I'm telling you.
That's where Mexican women only come in two shapes. They come in really, really nice, voluptuous, or yeah. I don't want. There's too much going on. But all right, man. Yeah. All right, well, let me get this show in real quick so I can go out here and eat up Charleston, South Carolina. But I will holler at you, bro. Ham.
All
right. Yeah. So all that means is we're gonna have plenty of content. Why is the NFLPA hitting me up? Yeah. So, anyways,
donations.
You said what?
Donations.
Yeah. Actually, that is what it was about. I'm gonna go for the free event though. It's at Top Golf on April 10th if I'm in town. But definitely the motherfuckers want donations. They definitely want donations. But anyways, man. So on that note, I'm over here and I was in Las Olas, Gianni Masalo. I was in Las Olas. I will be back in Las Olas, so I will remember that next time. So appreciate that. Anybody with places where I should eat it, because I got plenty of downtime. Thursday and Tuesday, I have absolutely nothing to do. So my goal is to just produce content of San Antonio, which either is going to be really, really good or it's going to be really, really bad. And if I can figure it, somebody told me Austin's not that far from San Antonio, so I may end up going flying into changing everything and flying into flying into Austin and driving to San Antonio so I could get in and out. But getting into San Antonio is a bitch right now. Like, the tickets is crazy. So I need y'all to make sure y'all tell people to do a couple of things. Jam the like button, subscribe, and share all the content that you see pushed out on all them different mediums so that we can continue to get paid and so that you can continue to get paid. Because if we get to 7,000 subs, somebody getting $500 when you watch a Big Games BS only on the YouTube channel. So my people who watch on X, much appreciation, love it. You guys need to come over, watch it on the Twitter, but also come watch it on the YouTube, because that's where we're going to give away the $500. $200 goes to a member. So if you are $3.99 and up, you get a chance to partake in the membership, because membership has its perks. If nothing else, go look at the amount of fun that Jaden had and I had at the Super Bowl, and just know for $1,200 next year in San Francisco, we're going to make sure you have the party of your life. So you can pay for all-in membership up front. You can pay for whatever kind of membership you have up front too. You can pay that with me directly, because hell, YouTube takes 30% anyway. So we'll give them more. Then also, if we get to 10,000 subs before football season, we will give away a pair of season tickets to whatever your favorite school is, unless it's the Florida Gators. Now, I am covering the Florida Gators for the Final Four technically, but I'll be there for whatever. I want Duke to win. But, hey, at the end of the day, if you got questions, we got answers. There's not a question that I'm afraid to ask anybody. I'm probably going to ask, how did that coach how was he able to silence and quell all the detractors that know he's a nut ass freak bull? Because that's when I knew Florida was going to be good, is when he got jammed up with them charges, and then when they said that they dropped him, I'm like, oh yeah, Florida's about winning right down. They just like Urban, they dropped them nut ass freak bull charges, and then now Buddy flourishing. He's able to stalk bitches on campus with immunity. So. Outside of that, speaking of, because really at the end of the day, if you win, God's got your back, and you got to make sure that if you're going to chase and stalk and be a nut ass freak bull, you got to make sure you start your day off with prayer. So on that note, let's make sure let's get our prayer off and start our day off right. Oh, hold on. Let's see if it's just me.
Can't tell. Is it playing?
Yeah, it's not playing. Yes, I got it on I got the YouTube pulled up too. Yeah, it's not playing. Also, y'all,
Bring it back
while we're
next
getting
time.
that, while we're getting our prayer ready, y'all make sure y'all jam the like button. Also, share this on the different channels if you would. Let them know we up here and running. I know we have the time change, but when we traveling, we still got to get it in.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna play. We'll have to get mid prayer.
Oh, it's not. The prayer's not working.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Damn. Well, if we get it to work, that's cool. Go ahead. What we got going on for the day, Jaden?
All right, y'all. It's Monday, March 31st evening and rendition of Big Games BS. Cover the good, the bad, all the BS in sports. You know, we have to start out with FSU, none other than the only best college in the world. So we got a few stadium pictures of the current renovations that's occurring, baseball and softball score, and a track highlight. We did not get a chance to mention this on the last show, but Colorado and Syracuse's potential joint practice to replace their spring game has been denied by the NCAA. Then we're going to take a look at Stanford's new football's head coach, talk about the March Madness women's Elite Eight, and then the March Madness men's Final Four, all-time Final Four logos, and the best ESPNU logo. Then we're going to transition into the NFL. So we're going to talk about today is the new Global Markets Program, a potential new NFL division picture I'd like y'all to see. And then the Tush Push ban is getting growing support. Got some news out of Jacksonville and a couple of nulls in the league we're going to touch on. NFL annual meeting was held today for the head coaches and the GMs and other management figures in the league. And we got some videos from there as well. And we're going to finish it off with some quarterback talk. Have our Big Games BS segment. We're going to look at the Dodgers championship ring details and how crazy that was. The Yankees bats and what are they doing? And today is the 6th year death anniversary of Nipsey Hussle. And we're going to get into some funny videos to cap off the day. So first things first, got some stadium pictures from Doak Campbell Stadium right here. Want to share it with you, James. So I got some renovation pictures right here in the process, I should say, excuse me. So this is what the perspective picture, what the area will look like. Those pictures right there.
Nice.
That shit finna be clean. Like I've seen the one in the end zone one, and I would rather the end zone one for like they did in for Charlotte, like in Carolina Panthers Stadium. I remember when we went to the ACC championship, got a chance to see that. You know how much those cost?
Got no clue.
So I hit up Stephen Ponder, president of Seminole Boosters, and shout out to my guy Kyle Cashett. Kyle, make sure they if you guys need any help becoming a booster, we may even do a booster registration thing for some people. Get about that time for me to make that next payment too, I believe. But I need to do what not Eddie Long, what was the motherfucking Reverend Sapp did. With my parishioners, I need to get, hold everybody. It's a little bit more than $40. Was it $40 or $20 that they asked everybody for?
$40,000 in total.
Okay, $40,000. A little bit more than $40,000. A little bit more than $40,000.
Lock the doors.
We definitely got to lock the doors. It is. Hold on, let me try to read this because this was you ever had somebody send you something and it's so I want them to get it and I want to be successful, but it did knock the wind out of me a little bit and it made me question. I don't know if I love my university strong enough to be able to handle this. So no, that was a domo all over picture. Okay, I'm still mad about that.
You already know what time it is, dog! Thank you, God, for another day! Thank you, God, for another day! thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God. Go.
All right. Well, that's what we needed. We needed that prayer to get us closer to the goal. Oh shit! Because when he says that fuck yeah, that's what I was like. Fuck yeah, not fuck yeah, fuck yeah. When you send that, but nah. Mr. Ponder said, I was like, hey, how much are the founder suites? $4 million capital investment, $85,000 a year.
Golly.
Y'all catch that?
One more time.
So for those who don't know, that's $4 million capital investment and $85,000 a year in order to get those. Now, that gets you 20 plus seats for that. So I don't know if you can rent it out for one game. I'll ask Kyle, but when I heard that, boy, I never felt like I don't like $4 million. Shit. It doesn't go to the NIL. If it doesn't go to NIL, then I don't want to pay. But like that shit right there, boy. Woo. Lord.
Speaking of the Lord, FSU gave Notre Dame Fighting Irish one to reckon with in their baseball matchup. So FSU beat Notre Dame 17-9. So we got a series win against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So huge shout out to them boys as well.
So they fucked up the first game and then did good the second one.
Gotta have to rebound right quick. But someone who does not need to rebound is our softball team. They're continuing to do what they do, beat NC State 7-4. So love to see it, ladies. Love to see it. Keep doing y'all thing. And we're going to see both of y'all in Omaha. Next, we got the track. Some track information for you guys. Excuse me. But FSU freshman phenom is going crazy again. Makai Danzy ran a 46.03 400 meter to open his first outdoor season. He currently ranks 5th in the entire NCAA with his time. So only a matter of time before he switches over to track, right? Instead of football, James, or that's you want to do.
It is about that time, dog. Like it is not a good. I mean, they moved to wide receiver, so if we'll see this year. If he's able to get off and get some catches, then it's going to be good for him. But like the kid is clearly got the talent to be a pro track athlete. So
yeah, and definitely going off and 5th in the entire NCAA. So he's doing his thing out here. And shout out to Makai. Shout out to all the Seminoles. And that was our Seminoles sports update. Now we're going to move into other college breaking news. So one of the more sad cases in the college football, especially the spring game landscape, is that the proposed spring game between Colorado and Syracuse has been denied by the NCAA. Now, James, I know we touched on this in person, but did you feel when you first saw this news break the internet about the NCAA denying the joint spring game?
I figured they were going to do it. I think this is something where it's going to trend toward happening, and I think it does need to happen. I think Mike Gundy had a great, a really, really good idea, especially for like teams when they've left the conference. So like Oklahoma is now in the SEC, but obviously Bedlam was a big, big deal. Oklahoma State versus Oklahoma, like making that a spring game. If Florida State lead, which I don't think it will ever change, that last weekend in November, but if Florida State Florida State leaves, right, to go to the Big Ten and Miami has to stay, the Miami game will probably more than likely get dropped. But what great of a way to continue the rivalry than have it as a spring exhibition or a spring practice. I think they got to clean up some of the different things in it, but I know they don't want to. They got to make sure they have it to where it's a bunch of other teams. But I do feel like these guys should be getting credit, and I think these guys should be able to do it. I also think the universities should just take an honest assessment of themselves and figure out what is the worst that could happen. You're gonna not let us like one. The college football playoff has already made a statement with Michigan is that they don't care about if they take away games from that. They base their rankings off of what they see. So what are they going to take? And postseason games are not kind of technically associated with the NCAA anymore. Like, and we see the NCAA ain't got no fucking teeth. What are they going to do? Suspend you? Fine you? Do it. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
If you had to take a stab at why this did get denied, if you're the NCAA, what would be the reason for this not making it through?
They don't know how to pay, they don't know how to capitalize off of it yet. Somebody can't get a check. When they figure out how to make money off of it, they're definitely gonna go make that bread. I can promise you that.
For sure. Next thing we got out of the ACC, newly acquired ACC team, Stanford. Stanford recently lost their head coach.
Hold on one second. We got a new guy here. So shout out to I want to shout out because I've never seen that person. If you got questions in the chat and you want us to derail from the show, you got to do a super chat. And we ain't talking. This is not an FSU podcast. It's Big Games BS. We do FSU centric things. We do talk about FSU. We just talked about the motherfuckers at the beginning of the show. But if you want some questions, man, go ahead. It don't matter. It ain't got to be $100. It could be, I don't even know what the minimum super chat is, but you can just put that in there. You can derail the show, or you got to at least be a colored. You got to be a member. So, but shout out to that. My bad. Go ahead, Jada, to the next thing. You all good, Kenneth. It ain't no beef, man. I love it. Appreciate you listening, man. Make sure you jam like that button, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe too, my brother.
Getting back into the ACC news, we got some head coaching news out of Stanford, like we previously mentioned it. If you guys did not know, we talked about how Stanford recently fired their old coach for, I believe it was 4 consecutive 3-9 seasons, and he had some allegations on his name about workplace misconduct, especially with female staff members. But Stanford has hired veteran NFL head coach Frank Wright as its interim head coach. Now, his coaching tree is this. So he had a 6-year head coaching tenure, including 5 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts from 2018 to 2022, before his final stop at the helm of the Carolina Panthers in 2023. Wright's NFL resume also includes 4 years as an OC, including 2 seasons with Philly from 2016 to 2017, the second of which resulted in the franchise's, obviously, Super Bowl title. So, James, what do you think about this pickup for Stanford getting this NFL pedigree player? I'm sure their general manager, Andrew Luck, had something to play with this. You see that Indy connection. You see that head coaching NFL connection as well. So what do you think of this pickup for Stanford?
I think a 1-year rental is a dumb idea. It's gonna fucking hurt recruiting. And I just I don't know. I don't think it's well. I think either you make the hire or you don't make the hire. But I get it.
Yeah, just want to dive deeper into that. Just like this post, just want to reiterate, it's just for a 1-season agreement. So how do you think, if you could dive deeper into it, the recruits' mindset would be only seeing that this coach is going to be here for a 1-year agreement?
Like I said, I think the only way you can make this work is if you make a splash hire. But I don't see it. I think just go ahead and hire him. Like, do what Belichick did in North Carolina. I like this. I like this move as it's transitioning to NFL, more NFL style anyway. So just go ahead and make it fucking happen. Like, stop dilly dallying with it, and be real in your approach. I'm interested to see who else is going to hire on his staff. I also don't believe. I also don't. It's just not. You're not going to get me to want to come to Stanford and just believe Stanford's going to become an NFL mecca automatically. So it's going to take some time. Like, they still got recruiting restrictions, but kudos to them.
Huge shout out to Stanford and obviously to Mr. Frank for getting this job on his resume. Now we're going to transition into March Madness, starting off with the women's side. So they're currently in the process of the Elite Eight transition into that Final Four space. So here were the Elite Eight matchups that I want to share with you all. And the top two, the Duke USC versus LSU and UCLA games occurred yesterday. And we're going to just review the scores on that one as well. So these are the scores from the game down to the wire, nail biter for Duke and USC. That is South Carolina, 50-54. Then LSU took the L to UCLA, 72-65. So the other games are coming on tonight. In the Elite Eight, you got TCU in Texas playing at 7 p.m. And then the Jujuless USC is going up against Paige Bueckers and that dominant UConn team. So make sure you guys are tuned in to these women's games. It's going to get really exciting this time of the year. So huge shout out to the ladies. Next, we transition it into the men's Final Four. The teams are here. And, man, we're going to get into the madness associated with March. So the Gators are advancing to the Final Four, sadly, like James mentioned at the beginning of the show, defeating Texas Tech 79-84. Duke 20-piece Alabama. This was a blowout game. They're heading to the Final Four as well. Then yesterday, there were some games on. Tennessee beat Houston, demolished them 50-69. And Auburn held it through the wire to Michigan State, defeating them 64-70. Now, this is a historic year in college basketball. So this is the first time since 2008 that the four Final Four teams are all one seeds. I'll repeat that again. For the only second time since tournament expansion 1985, all Final Four first seed teams. So the last time this happened was in 2008. So history being made. Glad to see these teams doing what they do. And, yeah, just continue making history. So, James, who do you think is going to win it all since you get in that front seat in the San Antonio? Who do you think has the best shot to win it all on the men's side?
That's a great question. And an amazing segue into what we're doing for some of our members who just wanted to make a quick, I forgot, was it $50? I think it's $50. Want to make a quick come up because I damn sure don't think I'm winning. I'm in the 52 percentile. Do I have a chance to win the Den Media Group? I'm in fourth place right now. I don't think I have a chance in hell. Primo has Duke pick. Londa has Duke pick. Duval Gator has the Gators, and I have the Gators. So let's see here. I have a 6% chance to win. Panama Nova basically has won this shit regardless. It doesn't fucking matter. Do I have a chance? I have the second best chance to win, believe it or not. Hold on. What do I need? I need Florida and Duke to be in the national championship. If Florida and Duke are in the national championship, if Florida wins, I have the best chance to win this. So that's what I need to see. Even though, and you know what? You know why? Houston deserves to lose to Florida. You know what my disdain to Florida is worse? Is because Master P dissed me. Because Master P dissed me, that's the only reason that hurt more than Florida being able to win a national championship because that was real. I really don't give a fuck about basketball. But if that win, that's what I think will be in the final on Monday. I think that will be the most exciting one. And then go ahead and let Florida win. And then in the women's game, we're if Dawn, I only want Dawn to win, so that's all I care.
Now we're gonna transition into some more college. We're gonna finish out the college segment with 2 more links as well. So we're gonna have a blast from the past with this one right here. So these are the all-time Final Four logos. So James, just a quick glance, right quick. What are some of your favorites from this list of the all-time Final Four logos? Pick some years out that catch your eye.
Trying to remember. So I was talking to my mom about some of them. I like, was that 03? 14 is clean. 15 is nice too. I actually like the 2025 one as well.
These are some fire selections and a good blast from the past. So we're going to transition into the NFL segment for today. There's a lot of news going around with the NFL today, especially there's an annual coaches meeting down in Palm Beach. So we're going to make sure to cover a wide variety of topics for today. First things first, we're going to take a little step back from some of the more specific topics within the NFL, such as players or contract negotiations. Then we're going to get into the global markets program. So this global markets program allows the NFL to go to other countries and possibly scout some future NFL talent. Jordan Mailata was in a situation like that, the lineman for the Philadelphia Eagles. So it gives players overseas, future players overseas, a fair opportunity of getting to the NFL if they meet those requirements. So we have the new expansion of the NFL Global Markets Program for 2025. 29 teams across 21 international markets now have access to grow their fan bases around the world and build their brands globally in the 4th year of the program. So just to read off some of the countries to you, left to right: Argentina, Australia, Austria, Brazil, Canada, China, Colombia, France, Germany, Ghana, Greece, Ireland, Japan, Mexico, New Zealand, Nigeria, South Korea, Spain, Switzerland, the UAE, and lastly, the United Kingdom. James, did you get a chance to see this expansion happen or see a post on this? And what are your thoughts about the new expansion?
I didn't know this, but I would like to. I like to. One of the places I think, pull it back up, please, large. And this is just very where I think people are still missing it, because we're going into areas that are still a specific, and we're not thinking with a capitalistic mindset. Africans spend a lot of money, and so do Indians, and they want to do what they believe the West does. So, like, only having Ghana and only having Nigeria is a real missed opportunity. RSA South Africa is a place that you should be able to go. Egypt is somewhere that I would like to go. A lot of these other different places. I would also like to see them. And I would like to see them go into India, because I think India is the next emerging superpower. When we look at just the amount of people there, the amount of money, the different jobs, the different things that have gone over there. And again, it's not just the amount of money as much as it is the propensity to spend. And that's really what they want. But where they're going is where it feels comfortable. And really, still, soccer is it's still a very big deal over there. So, like, I would be like, if I'm just looking at these things, and I'm also wondering what made them want to pick a specific team. like that, obviously UK, the Jags have been doing a lot of stuff there. Ireland, well, I thought UK, Ireland, I guess would be the next, peel off, but that's just always that's interesting to me.
Actually, Loki was doing some research trying to see if we can get some clips in different languages, and then I stumbled upon Japan, and because I'm a weeb, they already have football. Not only that, they have high school teams. There's a high school team named the Gangsters that I've been trying to get a jersey for, but they have Americans who play there. Basically, you can have 2 to a team. It started out with business, so like Mitsubishi would have a team, Hyundai would have a team, that type of stuff, but now it grew into clubs, and they have some of the most beautiful stadiums I've ever seen, some in between mountaintops, some in the middle of the city. Japan has some football history.
They're trying to make it become a global sport. It's a beautiful sport. I love it. A lot of money in it.
Speaking of beautiful sport, with beauty, there comes some changes. So, James, here is a potential list about a rework, if you will, of the NFL division landscape. Now, I want to know your thoughts about this because I feel like something like this process could definitely be implemented into the NFL in the future. So, what do you think about these NFL divisions reimagined? Let's just start at the bottom right in the Atlantic division, because that would pertain to us in Jacksonville. So we got the same division as the Dirty Birds in Atlanta, the Bucks, and the Dolphins, and you got some more of these divisions here. So first glance, first time seeing this, what are your thoughts about the NFL divisions, the choices of the teams in the divisions, and the possibility of this occurring in the future for the league?
I'm not a big. This kind of shifts into what the NBA is, and the NBA obviously East and the West, and I'm not a fan of that. I like the AFC and I like the NFC, and I like it being where there's like you have a West Coast swing, you have an East Coast swing. I think the beauty of the playoffs is that if you make it, you get the number 1 seed, you get a chance to host in your terrain. But the beautiful thing about it is that if you're the Jags, you play Indy, you also play Tennessee, which isn't quite the same as Missouri weather, but like it's not as big of a shock if you have to play Kansas City. Now, I do think, I that's what I don't I'm not a big fan of that. That's and like I think one of the people bring it up in the comments is like you got the Rams and the Chargers, they literally play in the same they play in the same division. Like the Jets and the Giants play in the same division. Like that doesn't make sense. Like you have the same stadium. Like you're technically getting an extra home game. So like I said, I don't personally care for it. But it's not like I'm gonna stop watching football.
My follow-up was how plausible do you think this is? Not these specific franchise or teams in the division, but do you think the NFL would implement some type of division altercation in the future?
The only way they'll do it is if they shift to if they add 2 more teams, or they add more teams like they did before. Like that's what made a lot of the, remember if I remember correctly, the Jags, they weren't always, or the AFC South was different. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. Forgive me. But when you had the expansions, when you had the last expansion, you had this happen. So they shifted everybody. So like I don't see that happening. But like, yeah.
Okay, next we got some tush push news. So people have been trying to harp on the Eagles' success, and it looks like the legs on this band are growing and growing. So from the league meeting, the tush push now has some support within the competition committee to be banned. So here we got the annual meeting in Palm Beach earlier today with the NFL head coaches, GMs, and other managerial staff. You got Bills head coach Sean McDermott right here saying, quote, he's banning the tush push to prevent injuries. Even if the data is not there now, it is the best way to proceed. Quote, we're going to always act in a way that's best for the health and safety of the players. Now, the Cowboys appear to want to have the tush push play banned as well via Dallas Cowboys owner Stephen Jones, who said this today. Quote, we don't allow pushing, and we're trying to be consistent with our rules. His father, Jerry Jones, is on the NFL competition committee. So, James, what do you think about this tush push banning process? And do you really think these teams are trying to look out for players, or they are salty they could not find a solution to stop the tush push?
Let me point this out. Nobody gives a fuck about player safety. Nobody gives a fuck about player safety. And what's wild is this. Nobody gives a fuck about player safety. I want to say that again. If they give a fuck about player safety, they would not continue to keep trying to add more fucking games to the season, like to make a long season longer. They don't know how to benefit from it, and they don't want one team to do it. So, like, there's an easy way to figure it out. Like, draft that fat motherfucker from Florida. I guarantee you ain't pushing shit. Just tell his fat ass to fall fucking down and just do your thing. That's it. It's real simple. Really fucking simple. But no, we have to go and we have to bitch and we have to moan and we have to be unmasculine. And this is how this shit goes. So, but you know, I'm not gonna pretend that these guys are doing it with the oh, we gotta worry about the guys and nah, man, y'all don't give a fuck. You really, really don't care. Like my man, go back to what he says. We don't have any data that it's dangerous, but we're gonna like, man, y'all be saying the wildest the smartest dumb shit ever. Like when it comes to like something that you just don't want to do. That is a wild statement.
Right. We don't have
Like,
the data yet, but we're gonna still.
We don't know that it's harmful, but we think it is, so we're gonna stop it. When did America become such pacified pussies? Like,
Don't forget the other sentence. We don't allow pushing in football. What?
Football is a sport where men run 18 plus miles per hour into each other, to another man that's running 18 plus miles per hour with plastic.
Someone's getting pushed.
What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? Something's happening.
Do you guys even wear leg pads?
Man, them leg pads. Man, I stopped wearing leg pads when let me tell you the when we go to high school, you put those pads over your knees. All right. So I coach lacrosse. You know you can run full speed and like you're not supposed to tackle a kid, but like if you trip, you can hit a guy with your helmet in somebody's thigh in lacrosse. There's no thigh pads in lacrosse. They don't even make you wear a cup. You should wear a cup, by the way, but they don't make you. Do you know what happens if I run full speed and put my helmet on your thigh? I want us to use common sense. Do you think a piece of cushion, a foam, the little plastic skeleton is going to prevent me from breaking your femur if I hit it right?
Yeah,
I just want you to really just think about this. They show car wrecks going 20 miles per hour, right? And they can show you what the damage is if you hit a wall. Just do that. It's not going to stop anything. Like, to be honest with you, the only thing that can protect you from getting injured is going full speed. The only times I ever got injured were when I did not go full speed. Run full speed and you lessen the likelihood of getting injured. But all that other shit is just, that's why NFL players don't wear it. It's not stopping shit. Like that's a feel-good mechanism. You know why rugby has less like real fatal injuries is because they're not wearing any pads. You know what happens when you don't wear pads? You probably get a little less like bold with what you're doing. You think a little bit more. Believe it or not, rugby players think more than football players. But that's neither. That's again like whatever. Like we're doing it for players' sake. Bullshit. You don't give a fuck about it.
Mhm.
Next, we got some news out of Jacksonville. So, as residents in the Jags area, in the Duval area, this news is definitely important to the fans for the upcoming seasons since the stadium is being renovated. So, Orange County, Florida has authorized $10 million to lure the Jaguars to Orlando for the 2027 season while their stadium in Jacksonville is being renovated. Now, James, where do you most likely see the Jags ending up as their home for the times that the stadium is being renovated? Do you see this in Orlando?
Orlando, man, ain't nobody fucking going to Hogtown. It's either so Daytona will have to do a lot in order for us to get to go there. Florida State with Tallahassee was taken off. University of Florida was there. Orlando just makes more sense. But it probably will not. The Gator Bowl probably won't go there. The Gator Bowl will probably go to Gainesville for those 2 seasons while they're doing all of the renovations. And I think with Orlando doing the renovations, I think that's what helps them. It ain't going to be in Savannah. If you're going to go somewhere, it's going to stay in state. So $10 million, I don't think that's really luring them that much. But I think they just got to figure out those things. And I think the Jazz are going to have an extra game in London during those times or in Europe. But I do know this. I mean, shout out to me being in Orlando a lot more. I actually much rather go to Orlando for a home game.
Yep, Orlando does not sound too bad. It does not sound bad. And for this player, he is trying to fill out what situation for him is going to be good or bad. Shedeur Sanders was recently on a podcast describing the newly renovated New York Giants quarterback room and what that could possibly mean for his future and for his draft placement in this year's
He looks
draft.
bad comfortable right there. Like he looks really warm.
So
he has a blanket on. Is that a blanket?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he is mad comfortable. I was like, man, he looks comfy. It's weird. Okay. I'm getting weird vibes from that. This is play. I've never heard this podcast.
So how do you feel about Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson going to the Giants, bro?
I think it's a good move for him. I do. For whatever direction.
For whatever direction they want to go.
Whatever they want to do, I think it's a good move for them regardless, I think.
That'd definitely be must-see TV for sure.
What do you think? You agree?
Jameis cool. That's what I'm saying. Whatever QB room, whatever. I just hope it ain't everybody in there just too serious, bro. You know what I mean? Like, just have a good vibe. Friendly competition. It is what it is. But then, I don't know. I've been in a couple All-Star games when people's just weird, bro. But yeah, I think whatever room, I feel like it'll be fun. I feel like my personality is my personality, and I feel like people in the room be able to learn me, understand me, and stuff like
that. What was the question? I didn't get anything from that. Like that was just like I'm trying to figure out does he like the room or like is he just like whatever like at this point?
Yeah, I think he's definitely in the middle, moderate about it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm just like, I mean, one, Danny DeVito's gone. It's fun. It was fun while it lasted. If Shedeur comes. You've got the craziest part about it is you've got 2 vastly different quarterbacks. Russell is still a guy that relies on his legs. Jameis and Shedeur probably correlate a lot more than Russell does. So, like, I'm confused with the direction that they want to go as well. But I'm of the group. It's either going to be a really quick night for Shedeur or it's going to be a long weekend. That would be my thoughts on him being drafted. Somebody may end up trading up to get him, but I don't know, man. I don't think he's a bad quarterback, but I don't see anybody. I don't see people hedging their careers on him. But I hope I'm wrong for his sake. Good for him if he does.
And just want to double check, James. I just checked the Giants roster, and it looked like Tommy DeVito still on the team. Is that
no? He's going to be on the team, but I'm saying he's gonna get cut.
Oh, okay.
Like if they bring Shedeur and he's not, he might as well go ahead and just say, "Hey man, y'all go ahead and release me now, so I can find a place to go for camp and compete." But sorry, Tommy Guns. I'm sorry you have to hear this from me, but I'm telling you this in love. You had a good run.
And speaking of the Giants' newly formed quarterback room, Jameis has been making some headlines for the New York Giants already. If you guys remember, he was at the Super Bowl opening night. He asked Saquon what team should pick him up in the offseason, free agency, and Saquon said his former team. And Jameis was just showing some love to Saquon for acting as a, quote, agent, if you will, for this new venture for Jameis.
Yeah, the process was as fresh as it was of me asking Saquon, where should I go? In this free agency, man, I'm a free agent. I really don't got no job. Who should sign me in free agency?
I think New York need a quarterback right now.
New York, who?
The Giants.
Okay, brother, thank you. I'll give him a call.
Right. Yeah.
Like I said, I don't believe in coincidences, but when he threw the Giants out there, it really gave me and my team a look just like what they doing over there? What is their vision? And to pursue the Giants and see. Like, I'm not saying that I should be hiring Saquon as my agent, but what I am saying is that he has good decisions, and obviously with him coming off the Super Bowl, his connection to New York, I'm pretty sure the fans aren't happy. But I'm pretty sure what he said about the fans enjoying me, I think that gave them a little bit more excitement. This team was one of a few teams that gave me an opportunity, that wanted to have me in, wanted me to see the building, wanted me to connect with Coach Dable, and just see what the Giants were all about. And I took that to heart. And I'm happy that Saquon put that energy in the air for me to come to the big city, to the Big Apple, and be a G-man.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I'd give them $20. Jameis could say lock the doors, and God told me to get $20. And I'm like, you know what, Jameis? I believe the man. I believe the man in your head said give you $20. So I'm gonna give you $20 with joy in my heart. I like it. He's just so fun, man. How can you not like Jameis? Unless you're that lawyer for that cleat chaser. That's the only people who don't like Jameis.
Huge shout out to Jameis, and huge shout out to Saquon for being his agent for his new NFL team. Next, we're going to get into the NFL annual meeting that occurred earlier today. So we got a picture for you guys right here. So these are the 31, I should say, NFL coaches in the league, NFL head coaches, if you will. The Falcons head coach, Raheem Morris, was the only coach not in attendance. But yes, these are the 31 NFL head coaches. So has your coach won a Super Bowl? This is an interesting graphic of the coaches who got a chance to win some Super Bowls. You see Andy Reid right there in the middle with those 3 trophies. Then you got Pete Carroll with that one above his head, Mike Tomlin with that one above his head. So just a cool little picture to show the coaches week annual coaches meeting. James, did you get a chance to get invited to this? Or I know you're in Charleston doing other things, but did you get a chance to get any access for this event?
No, I've never even thought to ask for those because, that's a good point. I've never really been like, yo, I should go to the. And this is a historic one. We've got 5.5 coaches, 5.5 Black coaches, which is crazy. You got, when you look, you got the Falcons, the Bucks, the Steelers, the Jets. What am I got coach at? What am I missing? Oh, the Dolphins is the half.
And the Texans.
And the Texans, that's it. The Texans, there we go. It was coming to me. So, that's, I still don't believe Mike. Mike McDaniel is a half. I gotta give him 0.5. I've seen his dad. He's mixed. Most mixed people look like Jason Taylor. Mike is that's white. We call him White Mike in my neighborhood. And Mike, you can tell Mike wasn't raised by a black mom because he be doing that stuff where he was talking about he used to not take baths or stuff. And I don't know, no black mama who would be okay with that. Like you stink, get your stinky ass in the shower. I was not raised Caucasian, so maybe. But I've been noticing that a lot of Caucasians are funky. Like not that they're funky, but they be like, we don't take baths or we go into the pool and count that as a bath. And I don't understand that shit. Like I don't know. Like I say, I'm an observationalist more than anything else.
So we're going to get into a topic of the town, if you will, for the annual meeting. One of the teams / head coaches that was in many conversation was Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Besides his profuse sweating at the media coverage, he was asked about none other than Aaron Rodgers. So this is what Mike Tomlin had to say about Rodgers. Quote, "There is no substitute for intimacy. He has no news on Aaron Rodgers, and he says they had a good visit." But when this was released, soon after, there was some videos that hit the internet of Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf at UCLA getting some throws in together. I'm about to play this right quick. So, James, what do you think about Mike Tomlin saying there's no substitute for intimacy, despite the fact that Aaron Rodgers and his new wide receiver, DK Metcalf, is getting some throws in together at UCLA?
Okay, that sounds a lot better now with context, because when you just be out here just dropping bars like that, I was like, what y'all intimate about? That's wild. Could you not have phrased that a little bit better? And you sweating and shit. But, he out here throwing the ball around with the newest wide receiver. And I just personally think, Mike, if you're ready to go, Mike, just say you're ready to go. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for your service, sir. But, I don't get it.
We got this other video as well. I'm going to pull up for you, James, right quick, of him snapping back at a reporter. A little bit of a funny joke considering who the reporter is and kind of his stature, if you will. But there's this funny back and forth between him and a reporter because the reporter had to warn Tomlin about DK Metcalf's candy addiction. And this is what Tomlin had to say in response to that. Let us know what you think in the chat, y'all, and if Mike Tomlin was out of pocket.
Apparently, we have the same appetite for candy, me and DK. You hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Apparently, he eats 4 or 5 candy bars a day.
Really?
Not me. That's what he said on a podcast.
He wears it a little differently than you.
He said he wears it a little differently than you, and the reporter is the guy on the left.
Yo.
Was Mike Tomlin out of pocket?
Yo.
The picture on the bottom.
Picture, he looks disgusted. Yeah. Look at you. Another. It's how I'm gonna be honest with you. This will be probably one of the last things we can go on tangents. It's how fat people are treated. It's fucked up. Because DK Metcalf, that is not healthy. But DK Metcalf looks like a Greek god. This man can eat that, and you're going, another Reese's. DK is eating. DK, you can have another Reese's. DK, you another Reese's. You Gordo. Gordo Loco. You fat fuck. Look at you. Oh, you're So the guy who gave me my Uber driver right from the airport, like he was snoring. He was a fat Spanish man that snored while he was awake. It doesn't matter what he would have eaten, and it would have looked fat. He could have ate a salad with no dressing, and it would have looked with all the vegetables, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Rob, my man, he looked like an older version of Hacker. But hey, yo, shout out to Hacker though. Real talk, shout out to Hacker. Yo, Hacker looks done a complete 180. I know he on Ozempic. Yeah, that ain't from no squats and shit. But like, he ain't working out. But like, kudos to him though, because his body looks great. Like he just lost a lot of weight, man. Like it's crazy. Like I've seen it on like Twitter and Facebook and stuff a little bit. Kudos to him. He's done a lot less snacking. I can tell you that much. But I was gonna originally talk about his laugh, man. Like we be laugh, like when we be in. Like, I don't do that. I don't think. At least I hope I don't do that. But man, like when folks went to like when you see people in corporate America, like I was like, Mike, come on, bro, right? Mike Tomlin, you've been a real brother your entire time in the league. Let's not laugh like that. That is not how we laugh. Like, play it. Like, if I'm wrong, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Would you ever expect Mike Tomlin to laugh like as deep as his voice is? He's got a unique, distinct. He giggled. Come on, dog. Real G's don't giggle, bro. Real G's do not giggle. All right. Damn it, they calling for me. Oh, all right. Thought we was doing some stuff.
But you about to get pinched. They call the feds coming in. You said they calling for you. But yeah, so that was some updates with Mike Tomlin and him at the annual coaches meeting. So hello.
No, I'm just saying I got some good 707 news.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Care to share with the class? I
don't know how to share. I gotta make the call and then get the information because I'm confusion right now, but I am happy. And it sounds like, is it raining in Jacksonville? Because like it just got really dark and scary over here in South Carolina. Like the ghosts of slaves in the past have just coming over here and just like knocking on the door like tornadoes and shit. Like we over here by the river and it's wild, but I'm nervous. But I am hungry though, so like we got to figure out how to eat. And I'm with a lot of white people right now, so like I don't know if this is gonna end with the only other black. Well, no, we got a black kid from Mississippi, and then we got a bus driver that looks like the black version of the dude from Back in the Future. But his hair is like crazy. Like I want to like comb it for him. You ever just seen somebody that you just want to hold them down and comb their hair? But
all the time.
Well, all right, what we got next? Well, let's get one more thing.
All right, so to wrap up the show, we got some quarterback news coming from the Baltimore Ravens. breaking news out of the quarterback room. So there's been some speculation that there's early extension talks with quarterback Lamar Jackson, and he'll likely become the NFL's highest paid player when the deal is finalized. Jackson's next deal is expected to pay him an average salary of $60 million plus per year, surpassing, Dak Prescott for the richest contract in NFL.
That's what I'm talking about. And you know who negotiated that shit? His mama. So all that shit. If you do it right the first, I love when people be the coldest quote my mama ever told me, and it's an earmark of my life. Be so good they cannot deny you. It overcomes that DEI bullshit. It overcomes everything. Just go out there and be a fucking GOAT. And while he ain't won no chips yet, we know he ain't the problem. We can talk as many jokes about him. This motherfucker out here getting that bread, getting that guap. And his mom has been his agent from day one, and they've been pushing that bullshit. So I'm telling you, it's like even from the draft, we can't get in contact with you. The NFL know everything, dog. They can get in contact with whoever the fuck they want. They better than the feds. And this man has been A1 day one with his mama, and I love that shit. Rock with your people, dog. Mamas ain't always right, but they often take care of their babies, dog. But I'm with it.
Did you need to go, James?
Yeah, I gotta get it.
Okay, so thank y'all for tuning in. And any last words for the chat, for the viewers, James, before we sign out of here?
Just make sure y'all paying attention. I'm gonna take a lot of video with the iPhone, and when some of the DJI, I'm gonna send it to Jaden and our shooters and try to do a day in the life of a black lacrosse coach with a bunch of white kids. We'll get a bunch of stuff from San Antonio. But yeah, real talk, like hit me with your questions that you would like to ask. I've never really covered basketball. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know what y'all want to see in San Antonio from the Final Four. We want to be able to give you content that's unique to you guys. So on that note, man, I really appreciate everybody. Appreciate the opportunities. We want to grow the channels. Hit up Big Games BS. We got a lot of. Make sure you go check out Ham Fan Pod. Make sure you check out everybody's IGs. Make sure we got a guy that's in the background that's going to be coming to the foreground a little bit more. April Visuals on IG does really, really good stuff. Got to make sure we put him back into the fold, and then make sure y'all check out SB Productions. A lot of this stuff, a lot of cool content. We're gonna repurpose. We got a lot of shit from this first quarter. Man, when I look back at the amount of ground that we covered, not many podcasts have been able to do this. But what we're going to do, and we're going to revamp the website. So you'll be able to go to Sports Den Live, or we'll have a denmediagroup.com website for you to be able to go to. You can be able to catch all of these different things, including articles, including cool content and cool shit like that. So on that note, appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys next time.
Thank you.